A lot of problems that later lead to serious conflicts and even divorce between couples had always existed right from the onset in those relationships. It's just that some people ignored theirs because of different reasons. Some ignored these red flags because they thought the love they had for their partners would overshadow the flaws in their partners. Because even when their family, their parents and friends tried to point out these flaws, these people were so in love that they didn't care about any of these red flags. We also have those who deliberately ignored theirs because of what they believed they were going to get out of this relationship. These people didn't care who they were marrying or what the relationship was going to turn out to be eventually. All that was important to them was what they were going to get from these relationships. And there is this group who actually thought that their partners had changed for them, only to realize that their partners were just pretending to have changed in order to get married to them. And after the relationship had become legalized, their partners went back to their true self. This is something that is popular these days, where people in relationships pretend to be what they are not, who they are not during courtship, and after marriage they now show their true self, their true colors. Now, for those of you planning to get married, in order for you not to find yourself in a situation where your partner's undesirable attitude or behavior may make you want to leave your marriage, may make you want to leave something you have both built together after years of being married, or even a situation of making you want to leave your children for your partner, you need to recognize these red flags during the early stage, during the dating stage of your relationships. Take note of any undesirable trait, any undesirable character or behavior in the man or woman you want to get married to, because after marriage, these habits, these traits will still remain in these people. These people are not going to change, except of course they are willing to change from deep inside of them. Except of course the change is something that wants to come from inside of them. They will continue to remain who they are. And if you notice anything you're not comfortable with during the dating stage of your relationship, if you notice anything that is of concern to you, do not ignore it. You need to get it out in the open and deal with it with your partner, so that these things will not come and haunt you after marriage, so that these things will not become a problem for you after marriage. You need to ask yourself a lot of questions. You need to ask questions like, can I cope with my partner's expensive lifestyle, or is it going to be a problem later? You ask yourself whether you are comfortable with the way your partner relates with the opposite sex, or you find it disturbing. You ask yourself whether you are comfortable with how they shout at you during an argument, or how they break things when you have a fight. Ask yourself whether you resolve your conflicts constructively, or you resolve it in a destructive manner. These are questions you should ask yourself. These are signs you should look out for, because ignoring all these signs and warning is you preparing yourself for something that may be worse than what you're seeing in your dating stage. And if you and your partner are not able to resolve any of these issues, it's best you both call it quits. It's best you both move your separate ways. But if you feel you are comfortable with what you see during your dating stage, you are okay with your partner's behavior, their lifestyle, then good luck with your marriage. Because marriage stage is not the ideal time for you to start asking yourself whether you can put up with your husband's behavior or whether you can put up with your wife's behavior. But the actual time you should learn how to put up with your husband's or your wife's non-abusive behaviors and shortcomings.